So for my first question, what's your name and what do you currently work on?
Hi, my name is Martin, and I work on the React Native team at Facebook, specifically on the Android part. And I'm based in London.
All right. So how long have you been working with React?
I've been working with React for about half a year. That's when I joined the team. So I joined Facebook about 2 years ago, and this team was so exciting that I decided to join this team within Facebook.
A lot of people have been telling me about with learning React, it's really opened their their minds and their imagination to different ways of building software. What have you learned working with React that's been inspiring or just really eye-opening?
Sure. So the most eye-opening experience for me was when I started using React Native on Android, was the developer experience. So because I worked on native Android apps before, and the iteration speed was just amazing, and this totally convinced me that for me this is the way to build native apps.
I've heard a lot of excitement around React Native, and I know it was originally released for iOS, so people are eagerly awaiting the Android version. Any thoughts or insights on when we might expect the Android version?
Oh yeah, so the way we do it at Facebook is we always want to be sure that the technology works really well in production. That's why we shipped the Ads Manager on iOS and now on Android as well. So it's a native app. You can get it from the App Store and the Google Play Store. And now that this shipped, the focus for the team is open sourcing the Android part of React Native, so you can expect it in a few months.
What about potentially supporting other mobile platforms like Windows Phone or BlackBerry?
So this is not on our roadmap yet, but we will see what happens. It might come from the community. We will see.
And similarly, like a mobile web experience, which I guess moves away from native, but if you consider maybe the web native on some platforms like Firefox.
So again, no specific plans here, but it's a very good idea, and someone just asked me about this just today here at the conference. So yeah, I think it might happen, but no definite plans for this yet.
In the last, I guess, 5 or 6 years, there's been a lot of different ways of building cross-platform mobile apps. It's become a really important strategy for a lot of companies. How is React Native different than from some of these other cross-platform technologies?
Sure. So the difference there that React Native is based on React, which is a hugely successful programming model and very popular among the JavaScript community. And yeah, you get all this niceness with like unidirectional data flow. So I think for me this was like a big selling point as well.
Another thing I've heard is that it's because you're working with native, obviously that you're leveraging native components and those differ between different platforms. So moving from an iOS app to a Android app, maybe what would I expect to have to rewrite or change generally?
Oh yeah, so this is a really good question, and we've actually done this. We went through this experience at Facebook because we did this with the Ads Manager. And if you look at the Ads Manager app, it looks different on each platform, but a lot of the navigation model is different, and kind of the outer shell is different. So this was it was all written in JavaScript, but there are like specific parts for iOS and for Android. But you can see that a lot of those inner views inside the app are they feel native on both platforms, but are written just once. So most of the code is actually shared, but it's like, it is learn once, write anywhere, but but you are actually also able to reuse a lot of code.
I guess last question. What do you see in the future of JavaScript and React over the next couple of years?
Well, I'm completely blown away by the community at this conference, and there's huge excitement. So I'm very optimistic that this technology, especially once Android is open sourced and you can build cross-platform apps with React Native, becomes very popular. It's already really popular on the web, as we see. But yeah, I think it will become very popular on native as well.
Actually, one other question. Is this going to apply to desktop as well as mobile, or is it a mobile-only technology?
It's not by definition mobile only. That's similar to a question when you ask about BlackBerry or other platforms. So not by definition, but no specific plans on the roadmap for supporting desktop platforms.
All right. Thank you very much.